Tolley from Miss Berry Bobo's is in our kitchen today, and we are going to learn the secret to making a perfect pound cake. This one has an orange glaze on it, and it sounds so good.
It's delicious. So, because we use fresh oranges and orange rind.
And orange juice, too,
and
right? In the glaze?
Juice.
Yeah,
orange
so
juice.
it's all about the oranges.
So, if you will assist,
I will.
Meryl, this is a stick of butter, and you know when you're baking, use real butter, not margarine.
Right.
Stick of butter and a cup of sugar, and I had a mixer, and I fluffed it up. So you
kind of cream that first.
Cream that till it's nice and fluffy. And
we just didn't want you to have to listen to that on
Yeah.
TV, so we did that ahead of time.
So I'm going to add room temperature eggs. Now, they were real specific with this recipe. Everything needs to be room temperature, and that's true when you're baking in general.
Okay.
Has something to do with the proteins in it, and
Just
it
makes it
bakes
do
up
better.
better.
Okay.
This is 2 tablespoons of fresh orange juice. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of orange extract.
Okay.
And orange rind, which I think is really the secret. So you want this good orange rind, about 2 tablespoons of that, or even more. You know, it just makes it more orangey. And then we're going to alternate. This is a cup of plain flour and a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
I mixed that together previously, and then we're going to alternate that with room temperature whole milk, a half a cup of whole milk.
Okay.
So you just sort of do this, and we've got our oven preheating. It's 350 degrees.
What's the reason for alternating the wet and dry ingredients?
You know, Meryl, that's beyond my job description. I do not know the answer.
It's out of your pay grade, huh?
But lots of cakes say to do that. So you just, you know.
I've always wondered about that.
I do not know. Get a
Just
chemist in here and ask them. There we go. Now, I think I've got all our ingredients.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you about the pan. We're going to use a loaf pan.
Right.
So this is an 8x4 loaf pan. I just took the spray and sprayed that in there so it won't stick.
We were talking about that before. You like that spray. I've never tried it before. I always grease in flour.
I love it. You know, it's for baking. It's got flour in it and some kind of oil, and it works great for me. Or our display today is the little mini loaves, and you
is so
can buy
cute.
these at the grocery store. They're cardboard, and
But you bake right in them.
you bake right in them, and that way it makes such a great gift if you want to give a little mini loaf to someone.
Now, do you spray those as well?
You know, it says on the package you do not have to grease it or, you know, in any way,
Okay.
but I do.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do, just in case.
So if that's cardboard, why doesn't it burn? Is it treated in some special way?
in some way. You only use it one time. It's
That's
got
the
some
cutest
kind
thing.
of coating on it. And they come, you know, at Christmas, they've got little Christmas decorations on them.
I
So
love
it's
that.
really darling.
When you put that
for
in
a
the oven,
gift.
you put that on a pan?
I do.
Okay.
I put it on a pan just
All
to
right.
make sure.
That's
and
great.
so we're going to take this and just put it into our loaf pan. But you see the little mini ones that I've got over there.
So you'd make one loaf or maybe a couple of minis? 3 minis?
You make
okay.
3 minis from this recipe.
That's so great for gift giving, isn't it?
Oh, it's so nice.
How long are we baking?
About 40 to 45 minutes, and you test it with a toothpick because you don't want your cake to be dry. I mean, there's
Okay.
nothing worse than dry cake.
So we got a nice orange glaze we're going to put on it.
Yes.
That's all included in the recipe when you look at it on our website. I think you're going to love this cake. Nice and moist and delicious. Lynn, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being with us
Come
today.
Miss Berry Bobo's.
It's
nice
always
time of
fun.
the year to come. Fresh vegetables. Come
Great
come
food.
to Lynchburg.
All right, Lynn's Glazed Orange Pound Cake is recipe number 5408. It's in the Talk of the Town recipes section at newschannel5.com.